Captain America Civil War stars me, Spider-Man, and along with the stupid other Avengers, but who cares? Spider-Man's in this movie, and he's so amazing! Oh my god, let me just take this off for a second, because I can't breathe in here. Whew! Captain America Civil War stars Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., all the Avengers. I'm not going to name them all. You know them. You, at this point, going in to see this movie without seeing any of the other movies, what are you doing? I mean, who hasn't seen these movies already? You know who stars in them. You know who the Avengers are. This movie is amazing. I can't even hold back excitement. I'm so excited for this movie. I've been dying to see this movie. It seems like everybody's already seen the movie because critics got like an exclusive month early screening, and it's like everybody's already seen this movie, and now the public is finally seeing it, and I finally saw it, and I'm just so happy right now. Like, I'm ecstatic. Coming out of the theater, I was just overjoyed and just thinking back on all the amazing scenes. This movie is so awesome, so worth just seeing in a big theater experience with a huge crowd and everything. And it's everything that you want out of a Marvel movie. This is the best Avengers movie we've ever gotten. This is the best Captain America movie we've ever gotten. This is just one of the best superhero movies ever, of all time. I mean, The Dark Knight is still there, and then Deadpool this year still might be one of my favorites, but Captain America Civil War is by far, it just so easily jumps to the front of the pack of Marvel movies. It is such an amazing movie with unbelievable action, just real tension, some gut punch, just emotional scenes in there, amazing acting, phenomenal directing, and just mind-blowingly fun scenes that just make you scream and squeal and go crazy. I had so many moments in this film where I just went, you know, you just get so excited watching it. Spider-Man, Spider-Man is so amazing. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. This review is just me saying how much I love it. It's how much I love it. But listen, the thing is, going into this movie, I was apprehensive about a few things, because Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character ever. There's Batman, and then there's Spider-Man. Those are my two guys. And I like Spider-Man specifically because, you know, he's just a kid, and he's so vulnerable and everything. And I was a big fan of the Tobey Maguire ones, and then when Andrew Garfield came, I thought that he was even better of a Spider-Man because I thought he was so amazing. And so when I saw or heard that Spider-Man was going to be in this movie, I was obviously excited, but I was like, oh man, it's not Andrew Garfield. How's it going to be? And then in the trailer, I only saw him in the one trailer because I try to stay away from some of the marketing of this thing because I want, you know, to be surprised by things. But in the trailer, I was like, oh, I don't know about that costume. Like, we'll have to see and wait. And I'll just say this. This is maybe the best Spider-Man we've ever gotten, ever in a movie. I was so blown away by the kid, Tom Holland, that played Spider-Man. He was a fantastic Peter Parker, a fantastic Spider-Man. The scenes that he was in were amazing. He stole them. The action in this movie is from now on, when I compare an action scene to a movie, I'm going to be comparing it to this. Because this is the most impressive, well put together scene that I've ever seen. Because here's the thing with this movie. It's basically an Avengers movie inside of a Captain America movie. And the thing is, I thought they did a really good job of capturing the Captain America feel from the first two movies. And, you know, it's definitely Captain America's movie because it's definitely, you get his point of view, but it's an Avengers movie. And, you know, you see Tony's side to this thing, and you see everybody's side. You get a little bit of a glimpse of every single character. Everybody in this movie shines. And it's so awesome to see that, because with such a big cast, and after seeing the Avengers already, and with even more of them added at this point, you feel like, how are they going to deal with all these characters? How are they going to make Captain America relevant in his own movie? How's it not going to be an Avengers movie? How are we going to care about all these things? Are they actually going to fight? Are these going to be like actual, like, are they going to be actually fighting? Or is it just going to be like oh yeah, we're fighting, or you want to know if the stakes are actually going to be there. And the movie pulls it off. The movie just does everything right. From the very first shot, which I'm all excited about this movie. I'm going crazy for it. I'm just going to say real fast some real quick negatives, because there's not many, but there was something a little bit that I was like, okay, that was okay in this movie. And I'm going to get back to saying how amazing it was, because this is my train of thought is going crazy right now. So there's a lot of things happening in this movie, a lot of moving parts. And for the most part, the biggest part, pretty much the whole movie, they handled everything so amazingly well, with all the different characters and locations, and they go to like 50,000 different places in this movie, and then there's 50,000 characters, and then it's all crazy and everything. But the thing is, they handle it very, 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 very well. But then there's a whole side plot with the villain, which is very necessary to the story, because to tie everything in at the end, and for stakes to be even more relevant, he has to be there. But they keep going back to the villain, and then it keeps going back to the different scenarios and things that are happening. And it's all interesting, and you're never bored, but it's a lot to take in. And if you haven't seen every single other Marvel movie at this point, you're going to be really confused, because you have to know what's going on. You have to know who these characters are. I mean, if you just go in completely blind, I'm sure you'll still have a good time with the movie, but you have to have seen at least the past 5 Marvel movies, maybe. The last Captain America for sure, Ant-Man, Iron Man. You have to have seen previous movies for that. And that's not my takeaway from this. Is just a caution for people that, you know, if you're interested in seeing this, go see it. I think no matter what, you're going to be entertained. But most people have already seen these movies, but see the other ones before seeing this, because you'll get a lot more out of it. But back to the negative is that there's just so much going on, and the villain, he was very necessary, but the thing was that it kept going back to him, and you're like, I kind of understand what's happening with him, but you kind of lose track, because everything else is so much more entertaining, and you're so much more involved with the conflict between the heroes, that when it goes back to the villain, you're like, oh yeah, oh okay, oh yeah, that was his plan. Oh yeah, that's why it matters, whatever. And it's like you kind of just lose track of it. And that's not the movie's fault, because he's a necessary villain. He plays a good role in it. The actor that plays him did a fantastic job, but he just kind of takes a back seat to the better story of the conflict between the heroes, because that's so awesome. But the villain needs to be there, and he plays a good purpose. But by the end of it, I was just kind of like, yeah, he was okay. It's just that you're so much entertained by the amazing things that are going on. The heroes fighting. Let me just talk about this scene. The airport scene that you've seen in the trailers, that they're all coming together. Boom! That scene is the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. There's literally 10, 15, I'm counting all the people in my head right now. All the Avengers fighting against each other. And it's not like, oh, here's Iron Man and here's Captain America and they're the only ones you care about. No. I don't want to spoil this, but Spider-Man's there, and then he takes on these guys, and then Ant-Man's over there, and then they fight together, and then everybody fights each other at some point, and then it's going crazy, and then I can't even talk about the scene without getting excited and like good and all. The thing is, they pulled it off so amazingly well, and even just trying to explain it, I can't. So it is a mind-blowing thing to even think that they pulled it off and they did that scene, and it's amazing. And the thing is, after that scene, there's still awesome, great fight scenes even after that. But that is by far the best part of the movie, that middle part there. The ending pays off. It's a good ending. I really like where it concludes and everything. But that middle scene was the best. And my biggest takeaway with this movie is I can't wait to see what happens next. But I can't wait to go back and rewatch this thing over and over and over again, because it was just so entertaining. And that's the biggest compliment I could give to the movie, because with a lot of Marvel movies, you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see the next one. And then you kind of just forget about what you just saw. This movie, you're excited to see what happens, but this is such a fantastic movie that I want to see it again and again and again and see those parts that I love to see over and over again, because the movie is so well done and everybody does such, it's like they are their characters at this point. All the Avengers, they are the Avengers. Even the newcomers in it, with like Black Panther and Spiderman, they just feel a part of the team immediately. Right when they're there, they just, you get immediately involved in the characters, and that is 100% due to the directors that just are the best, the best Marvel directors to date. They did such a fantastic job of handling all the characters, telling the story, dealing with everything, doing the amazing action. They are the best directors I think the MCU has had to this point, and I'm so excited to see what they do with full-on just Avengers movie. They did such a great job. All the actors in it. Chris Evans of Captain America he's Captain America. Robert Downey Jr. and just everybody did such a good job. Everything was so well done. Like I said, a little bit of the villain thing, it's like you kind of feel is unnecessary, but it is necessary. But by the end of it, you're like, I didn't really care as much about that as I did everything else. But it's because you care so much for everything else that you feel that way, you know. So it's a little bit of a negative for me, but you know, who cares? This movie is so awesome. I so highly recommend it. Everybody go see it. Leave your thoughts and opinions below. Let me know what you think about it. And you know, I can't wait for everybody to see this movie. I can't wait to see it 10 more times. I so highly recommend it. I'm gonna have to go 4.5 out of 5 for Captain America: Civil War. I loved it. Deadpool is still my favorite superhero movie of the year so far, but Captain America went to that second spot right now, right over Batman versus Superman. I'm sorry, poor Batman. I know. I was really hoping that'd be my favorite one of the year. I still really like that movie, but Captain America's so good. But Deadpool's like on a different level, dude. He's so good. Anyway, I can't wait to see this movie again. I hope everybody checks it out. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this and you want to see more reviews from a guy like me, you can subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.